going to erase some of this color that's overlapping on this conference table. Just a little bit. I'm going to go and press a D for black, and I'm going to go to 3 cartoon, and I'm going to sort of put in this jacket right here, and then go to color. I'm going to add this color. I could probably change this line work a little bit. I'm gonna change this just a little bit. We're gonna make it a little more curvy. I just pressed D, and now I'm going to press I and then B. B is in boy. Now I'm pressing D as in Daniel. Let's turn that flow on, turn it down 1 pixel, so it's 3. Alright. I kind of like that slightly better. Alright, now we can sort of add the shadow I was telling you about. So instead of it being a 9, and we want to start with 9 and then make it bigger, I like this because it's a soft brush. Here's our brush settings if you want to see them. We can just sort of create a shadow coming off of this like that. And now it's more 3-dimensional. I'm just creating a light black stroke that comes right off the edge of the stroke of the translator. Alright, now we can go to the color of the tie, and we're going to make it a little darker. Go to colors, we're going to go back to 9, we're going to zoom in on the tie. Now making small strokes. So you can have sort of small strokes on top of big ones. Alright, and we'll do the same. I'm gonna add another darker color. I like going right up against the line, so it kind of pops a little bit more. And we can always smooth it out with the smudge tool. Let's add a little bit of black. Now we'll smudge it. Alright, let's do the same thing with the jacket. This time I'm just going to do multiply. See, that multiplied over what was already there. Just, I see it's on the line layer, so I can erase that and just color it. It'll be fine. I'm just going to put it on normal instead of multiply and put everything at 100%. And here's my brush settings. Let's put that on a different one. It's on dissolve. Let's make sure it's on normal. There we go. Much better. Let's add a little bit of this color. There we go. Alright, let's go ahead and do his face, and and then we'll do the highlights and hash later. Alright, so we're going to go and make a new library, and this will be that. We're going to press I and just click random places on his face. Alright, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to brush 9 layers, and we're going to start, let's make sure, yep, our hardness is soft, that's 0. And I'm just going to come in and just start painting. Just the way that we've done it before. I'm just going to put some highlights down first. We're starting with light colors and then we'll move to dark colors. Alright. I picked the second lightest color. Now I'm going to press the third and fourth. And this one. I'm going to turn down the opacity now because I'm going to start doing some more blending. I'm going to just start blending these areas. So I do this color burn to give usually some deeper dimension to an image. Now it's on multiply. This area around his mouth, we're going to have it be extra dark. This area around his chin, we're going to darken as well. Turn that back up, turn multiply off, and now we just have a normal color, and it's blending with multiplied colors and other types that we've used. We can add a little bit of screen right here on the nose. Maybe not that much, maybe just a little bit. And then here on the cheek, we'll have it kind of doing that. A light screen here. Well, I kind of liked it before. Do that. Alright, so let's go ahead and do his eyes. DXV brushes 3. Go back to DX. We're gonna reduce the brush size to 2. This is what it looks like. We're gonna go into his eyes. I've gone into the D. I'm gonna just go over that a little bit more. We're gonna toggle back to X. I'm going to add these little highlights here in his eyes. And I'm gonna press X again, so we'll do the pupil. We'll just kind of keep the color from underneath. I think it should be fine. Oops, we're blending, so that needs to be like that. When you're doing glasses, I like to do little highlights on the glasses. Like, well, let's find a good spot like that. And this is kind of going underneath the glass. Now I can sort of delete some of the highlight. I don't want to have too bright or else people are going to think his glasses are white. Just want to add a little bit of light to those glasses. Just a touch. Let's see how it looks. Yeah, we can kind of see that it's got a nice little highlight. As far as his lips go, I'm gonna lighten them so we can see them kind of light here. We're gonna make it a lot brighter, maybe that much. Let's do a softer brush. And let's soften this part. Excuse me. Alright, and do this. Well, look how I did it before. We can always go in and color burn with just a couple dots. When I do burn, I kind of want to use a darker color and then lower the opacity of the burn. So we'll go here, color burn. Let me undo. Sometimes in Photoshop you kind of have to click a couple times to get something to recognize. Let's turn that down. So it kind of looks orange. So what I'm going to do is probably alter them a little bit in curves. So I just press Control M. There's a little too much red, so I've got to bring the redness down just a little bit. And we're going to turn up a little of the blue so we have some more yellow tones. Let's see if we can get a color we like. If I don't like it, I can always undo it. And that's the beauty of having a nice history tool. So I don't like any of those, so I'm just gonna go over here to, I think we're gonna do vibrance. See if we can adjust a little bit in here. So I'm turning it up, and then I'm gonna turn it down with levels. So I'm gonna go to Control L, and we're gonna make it brighter in the face. And then we're gonna tone the midtones down, but not too much because we have all this hair we want to keep. Let's turn down. We're gonna turn up the blue. We're gonna turn down the red. I still don't like it. Let's keep working with it. Alright, so in this case, I don't want to lose the hair, I just want to change the face. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to create a mask. I'm going to click this button here, and I'm going to just paint the part that I want to select. So this part here, I'm not painting it, I'm just masking it, and this allows me to select what I want. So what I'm doing is I'm just brushing the part that I want to keep. And then I go here, I click the mask again. Now I can click Control M or Control L. I'm going to do L. And we're going to just, oh, that did everything, but let me do, so press Control Shift I to inverse, and then we're going to go back to Control L, and this should do his face. Before it was doing everything but his face. Yeah, I'm starting to like where this is going. So now I don't lose all that quality in the hair. I don't want to make it too yellow or too red or too green. It kind of needs a nice tonal balance. That would be too red. Let's click OK, and then we'll also go, I also want to maybe sharpen just a hair, because he is wearing glasses. And then we can also adjust the saturation so he's not so saturated. There we go. Now I'm going to press Control D to deselect. Now let's add a few hash marks. I have him looking at the translator. Actually, that's where I want the highlight to go. So we'll put a hash here and here. And here. And then, let's see, so highlight. Let's turn this on. There we go. I'm gonna taper these ends. You know, Illustrator would do that part for you. We're just doing it manually in Photoshop in a different way. I'm just gonna add a few little highlights in here. And then the M tool will allow us to blend it. And let's blend it a little bit more. And then we're going to go over it again with the brush. I'm just sort of creating a little highlight on parts of his nose. It doesn't have to be there, but see, it just kind of lightens the nostril area. I'm not too crazy about this yellow that's around him, but you know, some people might really dig that. So what I'm going to do is just add another color with it. I mean, I like it, but I don't love it. I'm going to add some of this regular skin tone and kind of blend that into it. Still yellow, we haven't gotten rid of it. We've actually added another dimension of color. So we're going to just leave that. There we go. And I'm going to press D for black. And we're going to darken sort of the corners of his mouth so we can really see where they are. Where the edges of his mouth are. There we go. And then for this, we're going to make sure we just really color in this part of his suit. It looks like some kind of line. I was erasing some kind of remnant of a white line around the black because I didn't really want that there. Let's just add a couple little hash lines. I mean, some highlight lines in his face and maybe a few in his hair, and he should be done. Oh, let's do smaller lines. We're just adding a few hairs, a little bit white. And then here. And here. There we go. I like that. Alright, let's take a look. Nice. I'm going to save this. We still have one person back here, but we're almost done with that. Okay, so I just had to reboot my computer because I think I was using too much RAM. So it opened a recovered file and I kind of lost my snapshots, but I was still able to save everything and it's still here. And I saved the recovered one as this one, so it should be good to go. We'll just lose some of those snapshots. So what I want to do first is remove this white line. And I can't do it until I rasterize that layer style. So I'm going to go over here to rasterize layer style. And then we're going to blacken the part that's white. We can also just delete as well. So here I'm pressing delete. Alright. So let's go ahead and do this last fellow. Before I get started, first I want to hide the background and I want to hide the conference table. Let's see. Where did I save the conference table? Oh, it got put in, I think, with Rob. So to take it out, I just picked it up and slid it down. We're going to just hide it. And then we're going to go to this Ike. And we're going to turn down the opacity a little bit so we can color him. I'm going to turn on the brush settings so you can see that. I'm going to turn that on. I'm just going to turn on the conference table just for a second. Yep, so it goes right there to the tip of it. And I want to go past the table. So I'm going to hide the table again, but at least I can see how far down I can take that line. So his glasses kind of seem rimless. He doesn't really want them seen on his face. So we're just going to make them a little thinner, but we're going to have his eyebrows kind of showing through the glasses. Let's increase the opacity because I kind of want to see his hair a little bit more. This is not a very good picture of him. I don't really know what else I can kind of do as far as his hair goes because I didn't see many pictures to choose from, especially facing in this direction. So we'll just kind of make up his hair. How about that? So I thought it was really important to sort of put this layer behind this guy so that I can draw like a straight line like that and it go behind him instead of in the front. Here we go. I just press D and B and I'm gonna finish this line right there. Let's go ahead and color his suit. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this down. I was doing it on the line. I need to do it on the color layer. See, that's what happens. See, now it goes under that line. Just perfect. That's why I like to put the color line under the black line. So that all this color just smoothly goes under the outline. I'm going to press E to erase this original picture that's showing here. And I'm going to come back and do a little color, and I'm going to show the conference table. That way I can make the lines at the bottom where it's necessary. And then I'm going to erase again part of this original picture that might be peeking through just a little bit. TXV Brush settings. It's okay to go to a cartoon setting because we're just going to be coloring in this white. There's not really going to be blending. Let's do X, DX. See, when I changed the color on the brush, it took me automatically to a black one, but we want a white one here. let's go ahead and get that 9 soft. We're gonna go and get this color here. I don't think I picked the right, I picked sketch. There we go. Now we're gonna multiply, turn it down, turn this up, and we're just gonna add a little bit of shade to his jacket. And we're gonna press M. We'll just kind of blend this a little bit. While we're here, I figured, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and make a white one right here. We're just gonna do a new brush, and we're gonna call this, we're gonna call it Highlight, and we'll just know it's gonna be a white. It'll save this color. Oh, I already did 1 and 2. Here's another one. Let's do it a little bit smaller. I'm gonna do that on the highlight layer. It's probably better. That's why I made it. Alright, let's go ahead and erase. A little here, a little here. Just giving it a little varied width there. Alright, so I'm gonna do his hair. His hair looks like it's ready. Because we already have the line work now. We're just gonna lay down this gray color. I'm gonna get a lighter gray, and we're gonna reduce the size of the brush from 9 pixels down to about 6. And we're just gonna go over a few strands of hair, and we're gonna make them bright with a little bit of gray. Now I'm going to press D, and we're going to go over his hairline just a little bit with a shadow, so we can see his roots are kind of dark. Now we're going to do his face. His face, all I see is like one color here, so we're going to be giving him some new colors. For now, we're just going to go over most of his face with this. I'm not even going to bother doing a library for him because he doesn't have a whole lot of colors here to work with. So we're putting this down as sort of a base, and then we'll add some other colors on top of it. this area that says glasses, we're going to lighten the area where glass will be. And that way we can sort of see a glass look instead of just the frames by themselves. I didn't exactly do it with his glasses, but I figured we probably should for Ike's glasses because his glasses are rimless. So if we really want to bring out the glass rather than the rims, the frames, we can definitely do that. I'm reducing the size of this brush so I can do his eyes and make them white here in the corners and edges. I don't know the color of his eyes, so I'm just adding like a light gray. Alright, let's get this softened. Alright, let's see what other kind of colors we can give him. So let's start here. I'm just going on the nose. We're adding a little bit of darker color. We're going to go around the bottom parts of his cheeks just to emphasize a cheekbone. Assuming. I mean, we know the cheekbone is there. We're just going to give it a little bit of a visual where there wasn't one. And we'll just let that kind of blend into his lips a little bit here. Let's see if it's necessary to delete. Yeah, we need to delete some of this original because it's starting to get into his face here. So I'm going to hide him for a minute. Just want to see what I'm dealing with. Alright, I'm going to show him and just reduce the opacity. Then I come to the original. My computer's going a little slow. Yeah, that should be good. It's okay if there's a little bit still showing up because we'll really be able to see this if it does show through. It will kind of show up in his hair a little bit, but it'll look good, like it'll add a little bit more dimension. But only a little bit, you know, it won't like overdo it and look like a whole image is there. we go. And then let's add another dark one like this. I'm just gonna bring forward the white and add a little bit of light here. It looks like a lot, but that's okay. We're gonna be blending it from the outside in. I'm pulling up the black. And now I'm gonna bring in a color like this that we're gonna start to multiply, and we're gonna reduce it to about 30. Alright, so let's add a little bit of glass. We're going to add a little bit of glass color. We're going to reduce the opacity to about 37. And we're just going to make his glasses brighter, especially in the corners here. Yeah, now we can tell the glass. And then we can add a little bit of highlight over that. Let's do that. I'll do this. There we go. Let's go and add some of this to his neck. Alright, and then we're going to zoom out and take a look. See, we're going to go into his ear area and erase some of the original or color that might be showing through. There we go. His glasses look a little wobbly, don't they? Alright, so to correct that, we can go to line and then liquefy. And we can a little bigger. So we'll make the line about a 15, and we'll just bring that down a little bit, like that. There we go. So let's save. Okay, now we have the people done. Now we're going to do the table and sort of the background. So this will be a lot easier because we're not going to add too much to the table. We're going to use the pen tool, and we're going to create a new layer on top of this table. And we're going to call it line, although we're probably not going to treat it the same way. We're just going to go ahead and grab the top part of the table first. We're going to go to paths. We're going to select the path by hitting Control and clicking the thumbnail next to the work path. And then we're going to go Control-Shift-I to inverse it. Then we press I to get the color of the table. We'll press B. Then we're going to increase the size of the brush by hitting the outside bracket. And then let's make this at 100% opacity. And we're just going to color in that table. We'll get rid of those little drinks in the back in a minute. And then we're going to Control D, deselect. And actually, I'm going to now press Control T, and we're going to transform it by making it slightly bigger than the table so that it covers any overlaying suits from any of the individuals at the meeting. Let's add an anchor point here, and we'll move it. I thought it would put one there, but it didn't. There we go. So now we're going to go to paths. We have a different work path because I didn't save the other one. We're going to do Control-Shift-I. And let's go get the same color as this, and we're going to just make it slightly darker, like this. And we'll just color that in. And then Control-T to transform it, and we're going to make it a lot. Oops. No, I did that. Let me zoom in. Sometimes it does that if you're too far back. I'm going to do Control-Z. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just press the Shift button, and I'm going to hold it down, and it'll just make it taller. We'll just do that. Now we double click, Control-D, we let go, and we kind of have this here already started. This bottom of the table, we can just select like this, and we can make that a different color as well, like this, and then we'll color that in like that. It's a different color now. We could put line work around this table. I don't know if it's necessary. I'm probably just gonna leave it like that. We'll make the background wood the same as the bottom of the wood. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm gonna zoom in. Let's see what I'm working with. Whenever we're dealing with the pen tool, it's pretty good to be comfortable zooming in. I'm just clicking and dragging, clicking and dragging. I'm going to move this one down like that. I'm pressing Control, and then let's do that. Control D, let go. And then what we can do is we can place a new spot placeholder for where the television would be right here. We don't actually have to keep it. We'll make like a new one like that. And then let's go ahead and make the screen almost black, but like a dark gray, like that. And then what we can do is make sort of a white. It's too white. Let's make it soft. And then we'll lower the opacity. It's like, yeah, it kind of looks like a TV now. Let's give it a layer style. We'll stroke with a black. Make it actually let's do that on a new layer. So I'm gonna hit Control X and then Control V, and I'm placing this over the existing television. And then we're gonna go ahead and stroke. Now we're stroking the television here. We can add an inner shadow, inner glow. These kind of things will help make it look like a television, right? It looks like it could be a frame of some kind. Alright, so I'm not too crazy about the color of the background. I was just using that as sort of a guide, but we can go ahead and play with that. So we can see if we like a dark or a light. I wonder how it looks dark. And that kind of looks like, the gray kind of looks nice. I kind of like that. So I like the gray, but I also like some of the black. So I'm going to create sort of a vignette around the edge. Control Shift I and delete. Now that's like that. Here it is. So here we can kind of create sort of a conference room look. So I'm going to do that on a new layer. I just wanted to show you what it would look like real fast. So now what we can do, I'm going to go ahead and save it. And now we can start to play with words. Maybe I'll add just a little bit of texture to this table. Let's find a nice brush. And then we can add some texture. I'm gonna just play around here. I don't know what this is gonna look like. I'm gonna lower the opacity. I need a soft brush, probably. So I'm just burning sort of the edges, and then I'm going to Control L, and I can make it lighter or darker. I can like darken the wood. Let's see what kind of color we get here. Let's lower the red, maybe. Let's play with the saturation. I mean, we can make it be any color we want, but I was kind of hoping for like a pretty, let's go with multiply, kind of like a pretty wood or a laminate of some kind, like a nice glaze. Let's do, sometimes halftone brushes can look really nice. I just want to see how this looks. I'm going to put this on a new layer. Or, so if we put it on this layer, I mean, that kind of looks really cool, cartoony there, all these dots. There's different ones that we can choose from. This is the SG Halftone Photoshop Brushes pack. You can do a search for that on the internet and come up with that. It was free somewhere. I'm trying to find the perfect one. Maybe that. Alright, so I'm going to save again. Now we can add words if we want. Since we made sort of a dark background, I'm going to go where my logo is, and I'm going to do Control I and inverse it so it's white now instead of black. And it's kind of an interesting image now. We can kind of see it come to life. The only things are kind of, I don't know, the scruff here on Don Jr.'s face, I'm going to bring that down just a notch. Just kind of looking at it compared to the rest, I just want to bring it down. So we're going to go to, we could do screen, we could do color dodge, we can do lighter color. I'm going to go with lighter color and reduce the opacity. And we're gonna get the 9 brush, the 9 soft. Is that doing it? Oh, I had it on the original. It's on the color. Okay, it's a little too light. We're gonna bring it down just a little bit. Let's get some of the color from over here. And we can also maybe touch up this guy's face a little bit. He's kind of yellow. let's give him a little bit of, instead of burning, I think if we darken some of the areas, like, kind of want to give him a little bit of a, yeah, a little bit more gray than yellow. Now that we've darkened it, now we can maybe do an overlay. See if that helps. I don't think that's going to help too much. We're going to just undo that. Let's go to vivid light. We'll turn it up just a little bit. And we're going to zoom in on its face so we can see what we're doing. It's kind of yellow. We don't want a vivid light that's yellow. We kind of want to do something else. Let's try a bit of multiply. We're going to do sort of this color. Let's take that multiply off. I liked it for this, and we're gonna see if we can maybe go over that section with a normal brush, just so we can blend that multiply with some normal, like that. And now it kind of fades from in to out, and it kind of does it in a natural way. We're gonna maybe change the color of his lips because you can't really see them, so we're just gonna see how it looks if we give him some new lips. Kind of darken some of the corners. Under his nose. We're adding sort of a rose quality to his face because it was kind of yellow before. Now we're just adding some other colors. Now I'm spreading the original cheek color out towards the edge. There we go. Now let's zoom out, take a look. That's a lot better. Alright, so we're going to save again. Now I'm going to go ahead and write something on the translator. I'm going to write the word translator. And I'm putting a text layer on top of the translator. And we're going to press R to rotate because I'm going to be writing it this way. We're going to go to brush. We're going to go to this highlight. Just testing. Let's make it a little bigger. Yeah. I'm going to rotate it back. Again, just pressing R. Okay, so I wrote it that way, but I don't kind of like reading it this way, so I'm going to take the corners. Since I put this on a new layer, I can do this. If I didn't have it on a new layer, it can be a little trickier. But we can kind of turn it now, and we can turn it where we can read it. I mean, we could write their names above them, or leave it like this, or we could draw arrows defining who's who. We could put the names in front of them on plaques. We can put it on their suits, although there's a lot of ways to do this. So, I have in my libraries an image that shows everyone's names. I'm just going to pull it up real quick. I'm going to let it open. So this went to a new layer anyway, but just to take a look, here are the names of everybody involved. So, I mean, there's a few ways we can show who's who. We could put it on the table, or we can use the table to have like a headline or something else. A meeting about nothing. And one way we could do this would be make a new layer, call it text. We could, you know, say Dawn. We can, you know, like do it sort of that way, or we can do it like this and write it on the table, or like I said, we can do it on a suit. And then Jared wouldn't fit, so it'd have to be like, but then it looks weird that his is on his jacket. So if we did it at the top, it would look sort of like, My tablet did that. Sometimes it randomly makes a line. So I made that kind of big, but I can select it and do Control T and trim it down to the size I want, like that. Alright, let's see if the translator is listed. Yep. ANATOLI. What's his last name? Let's make his last name a little bit smaller text, like this. Let's select his name and arrow, and we're gonna turn it so we have room. And then for the guy in the middle here. Wow, these names. Okay, I got too much going on here, so I'm gonna just go with first names. It's just too much. Let's see how that looks. I'm just making sure I'm getting those names right. Let's zoom in so I can see that. There we go. I'm gonna make this one, the text on it, make it all capital, or at least all the same here, and then we'll do the same here, and then we'll make this one all caps. warp it just a little bit. Let's see. I'm going to group these together and call it text on table. And then as a group, we'll do a layer style. That way it does all of them at the same time. So I'm going to indicate that this is at the Trump Tower, and I'm going to do that with a watercolor stroke, and then I'm going to overlay it with text. So I'm going to import one of my watercolor brushes. I'm going to do a different watercolor import. Let's go to brushes, import brushes, and then I'm going to pull in, we have a few watercolor sets, so we'll just see which one we like. Yeah, I like the ones that are horizontal like this. What do you think? I mean, the meeting was about Russian adoptions. No matter what the initial email said, I mean, the meeting was literally about nothing. So, I think this is an interesting sort of way of showing that, right? So when people think about this meeting, it's like, hey, it's a meeting about nothing. There we go. I would say that that's done. I could add more, but I think I'm going to leave it like this. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. What do you think? Do you like it? Thank you for joining me. I hope that you enjoyed watching this. I know this was kind of long. Yeah, it's been fun. Thanks for being here. Press the like button, subscribe, and I'll have more videos for you soon. Alright, I'll see you later.